let's put it in perspective, okay? You take care of the poor people.
That is correct.
In Northwest Indiana, and I want to talk about drug
unemployed and underemployed. But go ahead, drug
unemployed
testing.
and underemployed, and the trend has been for a widening of the gap between the rich and poor. Your net catches more people on a regular basis. How does right to work fit in with that?
Well, right to work fits into that is that obviously, and I'm going to get micro then macro, on the small picture, that we only have we only have a budget of X dollars. If you keep increasing the amount of people that we have to see, we can't provide for them. And social services and charities, because of the economy, don't have a lot of money. So what that will do, what my major concern is, regardless of what my job is, and I've been very forthright and upfront, evidence shows that it decreases the median income. So in essence, if you're taking a trained, skilled union worker who goes through an apprentice program, who's working on a road or a building or an elevator that you're going to go into, and you replace it with an untrained worker and pay them less, or they come in from out of state and you don't know what you're getting, the only thing that is going to happen is that union worker who's making $60,000 may now make $45,000, and another individual may make $20,000, or that $60,000 union worker who eats, lives, plays baseball, coaches your team, and spends money in our community is now going to have less to spend, which affects the economy. And I think that that's a wrong way to govern, to say we're going to divide the pie and give it more to profit and the corporations and give less to the union workers. But the governor guarantees it's going to have no impact. So I don't buy that. I think that's the most telling sign of a piece of legislation is when a governor guarantees or a politician guarantees something's not going to happen. Why would that be something why would that be the first thing he says? What he should have been saying, this is a great day, we're going to create 1,000 jobs, this is who's in line, these are the companies we're bringing over. But instead, he had to protect himself and say, this isn't what's going to happen. And he can't do that. If he has that power, then you know what? He should run for president, because now he can guarantee what our economy's going to do.
He's Frank Mrvan.
Well, he's the same guy who was Bush's budget director, who, again, Teflon Mitch, created the biggest deficit the country's ever seen, turned a, I don't know what kind of $1 billion surplus Clinton had into the biggest deficit we had. But he's our governor, and he's great at it. And he's going to give us our bridge, and he's going to change welfare and privatize it to IBM, which failed miserably, and it doesn't stick to him. He's going to call in here, and we're going to ask him powder puff questions. And he's going to tell us, well, we're thinking about Klein Avenue. And then he goes on the State of the Union, and you know what his number one thing he talks about is? How he's changing the state with infrastructure and bridges. It's insane. It really is. And we give him a pass. And it's because we're a Democratic county. Yep. Let's all slap Mitch on the back.
You know what? I'm
He's a
just
great
going to move
guy.
on. Other people have been waiting. Let's go to Steve on line 3. Steve, 219-845-1100. You're on with Frank Mrvan III. You got to go, huh?
5 minutes.
Frank's got 5 minutes. Go ahead, Steve.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good morning. Two quick things. Since Florida has been drug testing, I heard a statistic within the last week or so that they're only catching an incredibly low percentage of people that, that are testing positive, and it was something like 1.5% or 2.5%, which surprised even me. Okay, and second, who is going to get the bulk of the drug testing business here in Indiana? I mean, are people lined up, clinics and that, to get this business? Okay, I'll take your response off the air.
All right, hold on a second. In Florida, a similar testing program in Florida found 2% of welfare recipients failed a drug test.
It's low.
That's kind of low.
Depends on how many they're testing.
Yeah. Hey, let's take one last phone call. Frank's got to move on. Hey, Gene, how are you?
Okay, the last caller kind of brought up one of my questions. Is like, this is big business and big money to do drug testing and to set up treatment programs, which my mind goes, who's waiting in the wings to do this? Being a former substance abuse counselor, I understand all of the difficulties involved with that, and definitely we made our, I held my clients accountable, and I sent plenty back to jail that were not, really engaging in treatment. So, but it's, it's such a huge issue, but my mind goes to, there's money behind this because there's money to be made.
All right, thanks a lot. Frank Mrvan III, there's a lot of stuff on.
We have a sweetheart dance, February 11th.
That's where I was
at
headed.
Clubhouse at Wicker Park. It's one of our finest events. It's $3 a couple. It could be father, daughter, mother, son, grandpa, daughter, grandpa, son, grandson. It's a great time. It's at the Clubhouse. Please call 932-2530 for any questions, extension 324, about our sweetheart dance. We have a senior Valentine's luncheon, which is the upcoming Wednesday before Valentine's Day. If you're senior citizens and you want to join us, please do. It's a great party. And
that is on
poor relief.
February.
I do need to start staying in my scope.
8th. Hold on a second. Feb 8. Let me get that. That's a senior luncheon.
Correct.
Senior Valentine luncheon. Okay, call the same number for that. All right, what else you got?
We have Energy's Assistance Program was just released where we have limited funds. So when that happens, what my message is if you are in great need and your power is potentially going to be turned off, you have to come see us prior to getting your power turned off because we can't put a deposit down. So we have EAP, which is an Energy Assistance Program, which is a combination of state and federal money. And we probably have enough money for about 600 clients. And so that'll run out fairly quickly. We've had a mild winter. But still, if, the scenario, if you have school-age children or you're an elderly person and you allowed your power bill to go out and kids can't do their homework because you don't have lights, come and see us. It's our job to be able to get you those funds.